With the return of Aurora Noctis, finally, the HMS fans will have the event they are looking for. Hello and welcome. This is Neldrin, and today, let's discuss the Aurora Noctis Rerun event. But before that, if you haven't subscribed yet, here's the sign you are looking for to hit the subscribe button. Aurora Noctis Rerun is currently ongoing and will be until April 20th. Since this is a light event, the Phase 1 and 2 of this event is converged into 1 week. Together with this rerun is also a rerun of the Little Renown mini-event, which will be available until April 27th. More details about this ship later. The following are the event reminders, and which are good to buy in the event shop. And here are the notable drops for this light event. In my opinion, D1 is the best map to farm, as the auxiliary gear provides good utility in PvP. Especially if you are using Shimakaze or Abruzzi. If you already have at least 2 copies of this, then D2 is an alternative for the magnetic torpedoes. Now for the ship review. First, we have Perseus. She's a light carrier and one of the best ships to have, as she's the best healer as of the writing. Though I think putting her in Tier EX is a bit too much. Although her stats and efficiencies are below average, this was highly negated by her skills. Her blue skill lets her to have 2 preload airstrikes. Plus she will heal your fleet every time she launches an airstrike. However, this will double the time to load her subsequent airstrikes. Her red skill lets her launch a special airstrike every 12 seconds. The said airstrike can be a Sea Hornet or either these 2 dive bombers. Her yellow skill is an additional heal every 20 seconds. This is also a cross-fleet healing for your boss fleet's vanguard. Because most of us play in auto mode and Perseus has 2 preloaded airstrikes. She will heal your mob fleet with a great amount of HP every start of the battle. At later stages, this is very helpful, as she can save your ships who are low HP from previous battles. Even though her subsequent loading time is doubled, her red skill will compensate for that. Just take note that her red skill will not trigger her healing, as it is a special airstrike. Having Perseus in the mob fleet is like having a cheat on the game. She will spoil you with her high amount of healing. Using her will make you think that Unicorn and Akashi are trash healers. Having her will lessen the difficulty of most late-game content for mobbing. Being a light carrier, she can also equip ASW auxiliary gear, which is helpful for stage 14. Overall, try to get her in this event. Next, we have How. For me, she's an upgraded version of Warspite retrofit. Her base stats are a bit lower than Warspite, but her skills will buff her stats. Her red skill is a special barrage every 15 seconds and will buff your battleship's reload and accuracy. Her yellow skill will have self-buff on her firepower and reload. She can have additional firepower when sortied with any of the King George class, or Monarch, or by bringing at least 2 other Royal Navy ships in your fleet. If you are a fan of using battleships like me, then How is one of the best inclusion in your arsenal. While Warspite retrofit can deal a huge amount of damage, How can do the same, but can also buff the other battleships, which makes her a better choice. For her yellow skill requirement, for me, Duke of York is the best pair, followed by Monarch. Prince of Wales is the least pair you want to have, as she works better on an Eagle Union fleet. The reload buff she provides is great, especially for time-limited boss fights such as OPSI and Guild Raid boss, as she can provide an extra reload for their main guns, given with proper gear setup. Although her kit makes her slightly better than Warspite, she is not viable in PvP, as her barrage chooses random targets, making her inconsistent compared to Warspite, where you can decide which to decimate first. Next is Hermione. Being a Dido class cruiser, she got high AA stat and can wield a DD gun. I'm going straight to the point. I think she's mediocre even if she's an SSR. Both of her skills don't make her stand out among the others, though her barrage is quite unique. But her overall performance is not outstanding. If you want to see Echidna wearing a maid uniform, then pull for her. Next is Eagle. Well, she's just a British version of Baron. But hey, she got one of the best riggings in this event. I love the mechanical wing she got. Next is Valiant. Like other elite rarity ships, she's also mediocre. Her yellow skill applies armor break, but this triggers after firing her main gun, so it's a bit useless. Her red skill is good for mobbing, but the proc rate is 50%, which is quite low. One thing I notice is that the English skill name is underwhelming compared to the Japanese skill name. I mean, why did they change it to leading the way and forward instead of Charisma, one shot, and Charisma, full charge? Icarus is just a collection ship. Lastly, Little Renown is not the improved version of Renown, but a side grade from Yamashiro meta. Her red skill lets her fire her first 3 salvos faster in exchange for damage. But for her third and succeeding reload, she will have improved damage. Her yellow skill will improve her offensive stat, based on the number of Royal Navy ships in the fleet, including her. Overall, she's a great ship for starters, given that most of the beginner ships you can obtain are from the Royal Navy. But once you reach stage 12 onwards, she might struggle completing the said stages. But to summarize, the Aurora Noctis Lite Event has 2 strong ships to obtain: a farmable torpedo auxiliary gear which is good for PvP, and a mini event that offers a good HMS battlecruiser for beginners. I hope you get the ships you wanted for this week. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video to support my channel. You guys are awesome, and see you next time.